Oh,
Hi guys.
how you doing? It's time for one of my honest reviews. Let's do a durability test. I don't know. Maybe this thing will still work. It's just a couple pieces broke off it. Let's see if it works. I think it'll work. What? 1040. 10. What? Well, we got a lot of pressure. The screen still works. Oh. Maybe. I just got. Maybe the lines just mixed. Oh, let me. Oh no. Oh, it was such a good pump too. What in the world?
My name is Hank Hill, and I sell propane and propane accessories.
What's going on over here?
I'm making my own nut butter.
What?
I want pecan nut butter.
You want some nut butter?
I'm not sharing.
What? Woman? Stu man.
Alright, so had to excuse my wife. She's training people in the basement, so you might hear her in the background. Anyways, I am doing a giveaway. Yes, Stewie, we're doing a giveaway. Come here. Come on, we're doing a giveaway. Whatever, he ain't gonna. He'll come after I don't want him anymore. I'm giving away this code reader. This is one I bought. I can't find the actual bag for it, the carrying case. This is a CRP 123. It's by Launch. This one does your SRS, ABS, transmission, engine codes. I have updated it, so it should be updated. And if it does need updated, there's an SD card in the bottom. You can pop out. It's in here. And put it in your computer, and you can go to Launch's website and get your updates right there. And while we're on the subject of getting updates, this is what I'm going to do a review on. This is the Ancel FX2000. This was sent to me for free. I know I keep getting code readers, but whatever. You know what it is? They're nice. This is not as nice as the last one I showed you with the touchscreen and all that stuff. This is not a touchscreen. This is a different brand too. The last one was a Launch, like the one I'm giving away. This is an Ancel.
First thing I like to see is that they did not spend all their money on the packaging. It is just a cardboard box. Very simple. There's no case for this. It comes with your OBD2 cord, a USB cord, and the scanner itself. The scanner itself feels very rugged. It actually, they gave me another Ancel like beforehand. I think a different company did. I don't know. But It's a little bit more compact than this. Has about the same features. This one feels sturdier. The buttons, the way they click, listen, when you push them, everything feels nice on this. This, just like that launch that I showed you, has an SD card in the bottom. It comes with a regular USB to micro that you can use, put your card in to update it. But I am going to show you how to update it the way I learned. First thing off, don't look for it to tell you that it was updated or say update successful or any of that. When it updates, it's updated. If you do want to know if it updated, go into the software, go to help under, I forget what it is, tool, specs, whatever, it's somewhere on there. I'll show it to you on the screen. And go to your version and see what version's on it before you do the update. Then you'll know that it is updated when you're done. First off, I'm going to show you how to update it. You're going to go to www.anceldirect.com and you're going to go to downloads, and under downloads you're going to find the FX2000, which is near the bottom of the page. So you go there, and then once you get there you will download the software. Make sure you have a half an hour to an hour to update this thing, or at least know that it's going to take up to an hour to update this. I have very fast internet here. The file size wasn't that big. The download took forever. It took a half an hour to download the update software. So once the update software is done, it'll show up on your desktop if that's where you download it, and it'll be listed as product up data tool. So you'll click on that, double click on that so that it comes up. On the boot up of the code scanner, it comes up and asks if you want to update. Hit the square, it looks like a square. I'll say the square button, that's the OK button. Hit the OK button and that'll put you in update mode. What that does is let it read the SD card straight from the scanner instead of putting it in this little USB adapter. After you do that, take note to which drive it comes up as. On mine it comes up as a J drive. So after it detects that, it's automatically going to put the product serial number in that update tool. So you'll go to device upgrades. The password is your registration code that's on the screen. And it'll bring it up, all your different models and everything, and hit download. Once the download is done, restart the ancel and it's updated. Don't look, like I said, don't look for it to say update successful or anything. It does not say, it's just done. If you guys are interested in this code scanner, there will be information down in the description below the video. Go check that out for yourself.
Hey, how you doing, young man? Oh, yeah?
If you want this, like this video, share it with your friends, comment below, I need a code reader, and I will pick it random. Once my video hits 500 likes, I will pick a random viewer for this code scanner. I'll announce it on a video, we'll get your information, and go from there. But if this video doesn't hit 500 likes, then we're gonna do the next video, and we're gonna keep doing it until we hit 500 likes on a video. So share it with your friends, get yourself a free code scanner. These things aren't cheap, but they're nice to have around, so get on top of that. So on the agenda, I got some fluid. I got Dextron 3. I looked it up. You can either use non-foaming, anti-corrosive, anti-rust, hydraulic fluid, or you can use Dextron 3. I'd rather use Dextron 3 because it's a little bit more accessible. I can go downtown and get more of that if I need it. Temporarily, I have magnets from Harbor Freight, random wire. This is up out of my reach, and then put a staple over here, and then I can just plug the lift in
when I'm ready for it. Everything's lagged down. I am in the process of running the cables, but they have to go up through and then like go through a plate up here to bolt in. And currently that's really hard to do. I'm going to have to get a rope or something to feed it down through and like tie it to the cable and then pull it up through. It's it's going to be fun. Also, I got really long ones that I really did not need. We're going to lag this floor plate down. Oh, they're too big. Are they too big? No, they're not too big. The bottom of that's a little big, but it'll go through. If I hammer that through, it'll go through.
Yeah, baby.
So yeah, we're gonna get this floor plate on. I got longer ones. I'm gonna hammer them down in pretty good. But I'm gonna run a nut down one and make them tight right here. Then it's gonna stick up past it, and I'll be able to put the floor plate over top of it and run a nut, which I got extra nuts and washers on top of the floor plate, bolt it down. And I took these apart, the locks. This one was kind of frozen. Took it apart, anti-seize on there, cleaned everything up, put it back together. The other side I took apart, but it wasn't frozen. It was fine, but I still took it apart, put some anti-seize on the lock and everything so it moves freely, and we're good there. I'm going to reroute this air line. I don't want it running through where the cables are going. And the hydraulic line, I'm going to get the cables on here first so I can figure out what I want to do with it yet. Just started fishing through all my parts, and supposedly everything was supposed to be here for this lift. I am missing one of these nuts, and that's what goes on the end of the actual cables that go up in. The one that was inside here, the nut was missing off the end of it, and it's a fine thread, and it's a lock nut. So I'm going to have to go out and get one of these. It's Sunday evening, no stores are open, so not going to be able to hook this thing up today. I don't even have a nut even close, but I am going to lag this floor plate down and maybe hook up the hydraulic line. I want to get the cables in so I can see where they run, and then I want to see where I can route the hydraulic line. I don't want it to be next to the cables. Alright, so I put the lag bolts in. I'm going to trim them so they don't stick up as high, but I got them in. The floor plate is bolted down solid, and I got long enough lugs that I put washers and nuts on top of those, and it holds the floor plate down solid, so the floor plate's not flopping around. So that's awesome. The washers are a little too big. I just noticed that. I'll trim them down. I'll put them on a bench grinder and put flat edges on them so that they fit in between each other. That'll work. I'm fine with that. Anyways, I can't put the cables on, like I said. I'm going to run the air line on the outside of this. I'm just temporarily going to run it through there just to see how it fits. And then I'm going to see if I can get this hydraulic line to fit in there the way I would like it, and maybe hook them up and put some fluid in. But I can't really, without the cables on, I don't want to go messing with the hydraulics. So I might just hook it up to get it done. And then hopefully I can get a nut tomorrow and finish that. And then we ought to be able to just button it up then. Put the arms on and everything. And I want to clean everything up. So the pins, I'll have to run on the bench grinder and some stuff like that. But yeah, we're getting there. One step at a time. I don't need no stinking lift installer. So you gonna go out with your kitty buddies and drink again or no? Well, guys, I've made an executive decision that I'm done for the night. I was putting fluid in, and you had to put it in extremely slow. I bet you in the last 45 minutes, I have put, I'd say 3 liters of 1 gallon in there. This thing's going to take probably 3 to 3.5 gallons. So yeah, it's going to take a long time. And I got to work tomorrow, and I don't feel like sitting here holding that jug. I'm telling you, it's a pain in the butt. I have a mess on the floor right here. I put rags down there so it'd catch it, but it just keeps overflowing unless you go extremely slow. So, done for the night. It's all plumbed up, everything. Probably did that off camera. I cleaned up the lines and the fittings and the parts washer, blew them out, put some thread tape on them, put everything together. I had a mess whenever I took the caps off because the fluid just shot out of this one. But yeah, so there wasn't as much fluid in that one, but we'll get it there. It's coming along. Nice. Very nice. How much? All right, guys, got Monday in the bag. I ordered some satin black wrap. I don't know what I would use it for, but I just feel like it would come in handy, like window trims and stuff. But yeah, I got that. I need to go to the hardware store and get myself some. Gonna go get myself these nuts. All right, so what I'm gonna attempt to do right now is I'm gonna run a nylon strap down through the top, down through here. I'll hook it up there, and then I'm going to tape the end of the cable to it, because then I have to fish it back up through so that I can hook it like right about here, and then I can put the nut on, the washer and the nut. So we'll do one side, and then we'll come over and do the other side. So let's go ahead and time lapse this. Alright, so I got the cables in, drawn tight. I did find the original nut. And after looking at it and inspecting it, I cleaned it. I was going to reuse it. It was like back in there. I didn't like the way the threads looked. So, I mean, given these cables are not what your weight's on. These cables are to level. I mean, there is weight that goes on them. It keeps them level so that one doesn't raise or lower. You know, it keeps them so they're at the same height. I got them tight. I'm not sure how tight that has to be. We'll find out, you know, after we try lifting with it. But I'm an idiot. Yeah, we all knew that. Because I come over here, and what do you know? What is that? That has... It's a weep hole. So that air... So it'll vent. I'm dumb. I'm telling you. So, I'm going to crack this out. Put in what I have here, which is not going to be enough. But I'm going to go ahead, and I'm not going to bore you with it. I'm going to keep putting more fluid into this. So, everything's adjusted, and it's operational. And I could not have placed it any closer to where it's at. Like, those cylinders, those tops, they go up as it goes up. So they go up through the top plate and go up. With this thing locked in the very top notch, I have about an inch of play from the ceiling to the top of that rod. So, like, I was like, oh man, it's going to hit. But in the process, we got it up the whole way. I went past the notch to where it stopped. We found a weak point. We have our first real leak. I got it up the whole way, and I seen mist. And I was like, what is this? Look over on my insulation. We sprung a leak. This line, this was on the side that had the like I have them swapped around. This was on the rusty side, so the line was a little bit pitted, but it looked usable. Well, we found. I'm glad we're finding this out now. So I got to replace this line. There's a pinhole in it, and it's bad. It sprayed everything over here. So then I started putting it down, and it went down very slowly. Our slides, we need to lube that up really good on both sides. In the corners where the slides run, the slides look fine. It's just very dry, so it didn't want to come down, and I had to get up there with the pry bar and get it loose. Then it would like notch. It's coming down, but it's not smooth. It needs cleaned and lubed up. So we found our two issues. Hopefully that's the only issues we have. It's working. And then I put it down, and I was coming down the whole way, and this thing holds a lot less fluid than I thought. So I got one whole jug in and started putting the second jug in, and it was fine. Well, once I started putting it down, this thing started spewing. I mean, it just everywhere. So we probably still have too much in there, and I don't really want to get into that right now. But we're going to have to put it the whole way down and put a oil pan underneath it so it all runs into it. But that should be our correct level then. Once we're the whole way down with that up to the top, that should be where it's at, where it should be. So we figured every issue out. We have. I am not going to be able to get to that line before the weekend. So it is what it is. I'm just going to clean up my mess. But she's coming along. And I'm glad you guys are along for the ride with me. So anyways, I'm going to stop it short here. If you guys like this video, go check out some other videos. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Unwrecked.